It's Jack's WF champion Chaos here, and you may notice I don't have on my Dean Ambrose shirt. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I don't wear shirts of fucking losers. That's right. I don't wear shirts of losers. Dean Ambrose is a loser. He is unlike AJ Styles, who beat him for the WWE World Championship. He is unlike Becky Lynch, who is now the first down women's champion. He is unlike Rhino, aka the Wario of WWE, and Heath Slater. He is unlike those two who are the first SmackDown champions. He is unlike The Miz, who successfully defeated Dolph Ziggler. Oh, he's unlike the lone wolf, like the wolf on this shirt. This big wolf right here, Baron Corbin. He's unlike him, who is not a champion, but he was a winner as well. But he is like the WWE. The WWE who took a loss, who have proven that they do not have enough wrestlers and enough content to be able to hold up with a major pay-per-view. They should have lasted from 8 o'clock to 11. There should not have been a match on the pre-show. They should have put Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews on the main show. Why is that? Because the show ended at 10:40. When have you ever seen a pay-per-view end at 10:40? Never. Now, you may notice that I'm the only person talking right now. That is because I have an announcement to make. It is September 11th. Tragedy has struck Chaos Entertainment and Chaos Wrestling. Our co-host, which you all know and love, Stefan, has left this evening to go get ready to go to boot camp tomorrow morning in Paris Island. But before he left, he wanted me to impart these words onto the fans. He says that during his tenure as special guest host and co-host of Chaos Wrestling and our podcast, he did it because he had nothing better to do at first. But then as time went on, he started to enjoy doing it more and more, and it became a bit of a enjoyable hobby to him. And he appreciates those who watched and supported us, and he's thankful for you guys. And he will be back, and he will most likely see you guys back in December when he gets back from boot camp. And then from there, we will decide what happens, because he won't be home for long. He'll be home for about maybe a week and a half before he gets stationed out to wherever he's going, and then we'll see what moves we make there. However, I will be trying to acquire guest co-hosts for the podcast that I do. I will be trying to keep up the flow of podcasts, but if I do it, I'm getting a 9-to-5 job, along with the fact that I'm in college. There's a lot of work to do school-wise. I might not be able to do every show, but I will try and keep you guys posted and updated. And who knows, maybe we'll be a partner with Machinima one day. That might be the goal, to get sponsored. But let's start off with the pre-show. So there was no official scheduled match for the pre-show until we saw a segment with Daniel Bryan and Apollo Crews. And Daniel Bryan was telling Apollo Crews he needs to loosen up a bit more, get a little bit more active, be a little bit more fun. And they got interrupted by Baron Corbin, who felt offended that he technically beat Dean Ambrose, which he did by countout or disqualification, whatever it was. And he was left off the SmackDown afterwards, and he was left off of the pay-per-view, which is a legitimate gripe. Long story short, it turned into a match between Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. Now, personally, I would say that Baron Corbin could have took the loss. Apollo Crews has been going up against tough competitors and losing, but what is it going to do unless they turn him heel and give him character? He's not really doing much except being a spelling bee expert or whatever the fuck his gimmick is supposedly supposed to be. He's not really doing much right now. Apollo Crews is lost in the shuffle. He's new. He should not be lost in the shuffle. He really shouldn't have sat. But they had the match. Apollo Crews did the Samoan drop outside the ring to Baron Corbin. At the end of the days, 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. For the Diva Six-Pack Challenge, I'm not gonna really get into the overall thing. Naomi did her thing. She did pretty good at first. She went with those flutter kicks, the kick to the head. It ended up inevitably being down to Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, and Carmella. Carmella pinned Nikki Bella after she went for the pinfall for Alexa Bliss, I believe. And then Nikki Bella slapped. Oh, gosh. Jesus Christ. Excuse me 1 minute. I set up my camera again. But Nikki Bella slapped Carmella. That provided a partial distraction, which wasn't really helpful to Becky Lynch during the match. However, as we all know, or at least for those of you who don't know, Becky Lynch was able to win with the disarmer and made Carmella tap out. You guys can see my awesome ninja hat. So yeah, Becky Lynch is now, which is a long time coming, the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. Congratulations to her. She deserves it. She did her thing. Next up, and this is another thing I don't like about the SmackDown pay-per-views, which is a gripe that I had with a few of my other guest co-hosts and Stefan when he was here. SmackDown should have had the cruiserweights. Why? Because SmackDown doesn't have a big roster. You can literally count the people that come on every week. And soon people are going to get disinterested with SmackDown. Because honestly, personally, Shane McMahon already is boring to me. He was interesting way back when, but him being there doesn't really give me any appeal anymore. It was cool for the first few months. After he fought The Undertaker and the whole gimmick with him being the GM and all that, it kind of went out of me. I'm sorry. But the next match was, I believe, the Hype Bros. Yes, it was the Hype Bros versus the Usos. And the Hype Bros put on a good fight, but the Usos ended up doing a reincarnation of what they did to American Alpha. It ended up being the Usos. And the Usos have a great look now. It's kind of reminiscent of what Crime Time will probably wear in this day and age. I guess you're going for the whole rugged, thuggish heel look. It's a hell of a lot better than what their father wore when he was a heel. I'm a bad man. Rikishi, I ran over Stone Cold. I did it for the Rock bullshit. Looks a whole lot better. But they ended up winning. They went to the finals to face the Super Wario of the WWE, a.k.a. Rhino, and Heath Slater. And Mr. I Have 7 Kids by my sister, one-man band himself. Yeah, well, you know. Like, we're not going to talk about that. That's a little fucked up, isn't it? Wait, this is Chaos Wrestling. We are fucked up. Heath Slater is an inbred. Let me stop. But another match that went down was The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. I believe that match was after the women's match. I actually thought Dolph Ziggler would win because they're not doing anything with him. How many times is he gonna lose? But they are building up The Miz, so maybe they're gonna have somebody finally beat The Miz at some point. I don't know why this is slanting like the way it is. Maybe. Oh, okay, I see. Fucking camera, fucked up. Hold on. Here's what happens when you try to have a better camera. You gotta prop it on stuff. The stuff you prop it on isn't stable. My title. Anyway, the Dolph Ziggler lost with Skull Crush finale. I don't know if there'll be a rematch because Maurice sprayed whatever the hell it was into Dolph Ziggler's eye, which is really fucked up. But that's how The Miz was able to win. Thought I heard talk of some old wrestler coming back with his female valet to go against The Miz and Maurice, but I'm not sure if that's speculation or if it's fact, so I'm not really going to get into that. But I guess they're going to have The Miz go for a pretty long Intercontinental title reign as a legitimate heel, and then once they find somebody who's able to take the title off him, they'll do that. Also, we had the tag team title match with Rhino and Heath Slater versus the Usos. The Usos won with Rhino pulling the clutch save. Heath Slater had a good showing too with his reverse RKO neck breakers, which looked devastating. And Heath Slater now has his contract to get his double wide trailer with his inbred wife and his 72 children. And Rhino can just go run for governor with his tag team title belt, looking like Super Wario. But congratulations to Heath. He's been one of the most entertaining parts of SmackDown the past few weeks. So kudos to him. We'll see what they'll do with him and Rhino and what'll happen with that. There was supposed to be a match with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, but the match did not happen due to Randy Orton not be. I'm gonna go out of kayfabe right now. Randy Orton was not cleared to compete. He was not cleared to compete. He's not even cleared to compete for the Part 2 rematch with Brock Lesnar, wherever the hell they're supposed to be fighting at. But they made a segment of it the same way they did when they said Eva Marie was suspended. Which I shudder to think that if Eva Marie was not suspended, would she be the women's champion right now? I hope not. However, they had a segment where Randy Orton's leg was smashed in the door by Bray Wyatt, who looks like a skinnier version of Nakali from Street Fighter V. If you don't know who that is, type in Necalli, Street Fighter V, and laugh your ass off. Yeah, so Nakali Wyatt, or Bray Wyatt as you want to call him, he beat the shit out of Randy Orton's leg and then just stood there smiling like a guy who talks shit but never wins a match. And then he goes out and declares that he wants a 10 count to be had for Randy Orton to lose by forfeit, which is done. But then he's told he's having a no-holds-barred match versus Kane. Kane, the same person who went out and chokeslammed Larry the Milkman Millman, or whatever the fuck his name was, dudes in his tighty whities, and Fandango. I don't know if they were just having him as backup or just using him as a squasher. But hey, whatever floats your boat. The real Glenn Jacobs is making money selling life insurance. It's funny how the demon from hell is making money selling life insurance. I'd buy life insurance from Kane as long as he came to my funeral and did the pyro and made my casket burst into flames and some shit. It's funny how one brother is an undertaker and the other brother is a fucking life insurance salesman. That is ironic. But Kane comes out. They have a good match. Kane gets put on the announce table, and Bray Wyatt does like some type of somersault back body drop on himself through the table with Kane on the table. Randy Orton ends up coming out, hits Bray Wyatt with RKO, something I expected, honestly. When they said that he wasn't clear to compete, I said he'd at least come out and hit him with RKO. Didn't expect the match with Kane. I don't really know why they did that. But long story short, Kane gets the win, which makes Bray Wyatt look even less legitimate, sadly. Final match was, because we were already talking about tag team match, final match was the championship match, which went on for a while, but I noticed there were boos. There were actually quite a few boos when Dean Ambrose was getting upper hand. So maybe the fans are turning on Dean Ambrose. But even with all the vignettes, all the commercials and everything, the match still was not able to reach the 11 o'clock mark. But I feel like people might be turning on Dean Ambrose. It's a little confusing because the fact that they started booing whenever Dean would start getting upper hand. Bored with the whole match. But long story short, the ref gets knocked down. I was looking at the chats of the stream. People were saying it was going to be a double count out. I had the hiccups. I guess I'm getting taller. But it turned out to be that the ref got knocked down, and AJ Styles went with the Styles Clash after hitting Dean Ambrose in his balls. And the 1, 2, 3, and now AJ Styles will be your new WWE World Champion or Heavyweight Champion, whatever the fuck you want to call him. He's truly the face that runs the place now. And they actually put a lot of faith in him because that's the official WWE title, and they gave it to AJ fucking Styles. That's more than they can say for Sting. They must just hate WCW. But then they don't really count TNA as being anything. I wouldn't be surprised if TJ Perkins won and he was manic. Hell, his fucking Twitter still says Mascara Manic. But that's really it, honestly. Let's see, it's 10:55. We went on the stream for what, like maybe 15 minutes or so. But that's about it. There's not really much to say. I like keep it short and sweet to the point. I got school in the morning, actually. I got a lot of business I gotta handle. But I most likely will see you guys tomorrow after Monday Night Raw. Hopefully I'll have a special guest with me. But if not, I will still most likely be here to talk about it unless Raw is so boring that it puts me to sleep. But like I said, this is it for today. I relayed the message that Stefan had that he'll miss you guys. He'll see you guys in December again. And thanks for everything. Thanks for the support. And I would like to thank you for the support as well, because me and him, I think we did pretty good as a team. And it's not going to be really the same without him until he gets back. But I'll try to make the most of it, because that's what your Chaos Wrestling Federation champion does. So I am Chaos. You are my subscribers, or soon to be subscribers. And I'm about to get out of here. Peace. Stop the broadcast.